In the beginning, there was only silence, a breath of light waiting to awaken the world. From the edge of the unknown, a presence emerged, a guardian shaped by the tides of destiny. Her name was Calypso, the first light of the myth. Above her, the heavens shifted. Clouds of ancient power gathered in silence, as if the sky itself recognized her arrival. On the lonely shores of Ogygia, Calypso watched the horizon, a nymph born from sea foam and ancient silence. Her divine face carried the calm of the ocean, a beauty untouched by time or mortal sorrow. Marine magic flowed around her like living light, a power woven into her very essence. In her sacred cave, destiny whispered through the stone, a sanctuary where time itself bowed to her presence. She commanded the sea with effortless grace, every wave rising in devotion to its mistress. Her enchantment could bend the will of heroes, a spell woven from beauty, sorrow, and ancient longing. The sea obeyed her every whisper, its tides shifting like living extensions of her soul. Her presence was immortal, untouched by mortal time, a nymph suspended between divinity and solitude. Her gaze held the weight of destiny, a promise of refuge or a prison of longing. Her island was a place of temptation, where heroes forgot the world beyond the waves. Her song carried the sorrow of the sea, a melody capable of halting even the most determined journey. She held the hearts of heroes without chains, a captivity born from longing, not force. She became the symbol of divine solitude, a nymph forgotten by gods yet remembered by the sea. Her fate was shaped by the whims of gods, a curse woven into the fabric of her immortality. She loved a hero she could never keep, a story carried by waves that never cease to return. And so she waited eternally, a myth suspended between longing and the endless sea. Through the shifting light, another presence awakened, a mind woven from secrets and ancient spells. Circe stepped forward, the keeper of forbidden knowledge. Born from divine twilight, Circe carried the spark of forbidden magic, a sorceress destined to reshape the fate of mortals. Her first potion shimmered with living light, a brew capable of altering the essence of any who dared to drink it. Her spell of metamorphosis rose like a storm, a force that blurred the boundary between human and beast. Her island, Aeaea, breathed with enchantment, a land where every stone carried the memory of her magic. Her forbidden brew glowed with divine danger, a potion feared even by the gods themselves. Her art of enchantment bent reality with elegance, a mastery woven from knowledge, instinct, and ancient power. Transformation moved at her command, a dance of shifting forms guided by her will alone. Her laboratory on Aeaea glowed with arcane fire, a sanctuary where spells were born and destinies rewritten. The spell began with a whisper of light, a spark that awakened the primal essence within her target. The transformation took hold like living fire, a shift that rewrote flesh, instinct, and identity. Circe's dominance rose with divine certainty, a reminder that her magic ruled all who entered her domain. The island obeyed her will without hesitation. Every creature, every root, every shadow shaped by her command. Circe ascended beyond mortal understanding, a sorceress whose legacy would echo through myth itself. Her island obeyed even after centuries passed, a realm forever marked by her divine presence. The sorceress unbound by time or fate, a force whose magic refused to fade. The fate of intruders was sealed the moment they arrived, for none could escape the will of Circe. From the echoes of her spells, another spirit took form, a voice born from longing, drifting between worlds. Echo appeared, a soul forever searching for the sound of truth. In the heart of the sacred forest, she was born of pure sound, a nymph whose voice carried the breath of the divine. But Hera's wrath fell upon her, a curse that stole her words and shattered her destiny. Her voice broke into fragments, only pieces of sound remained, drifting like lost memories. Condemned to repeat the words of others, her voice became an echo of every fate but her own. Her curse followed her everywhere, a loop of borrowed words she could never escape. She loved without a voice, a heart full of truth she could never speak. Every repeated word cut deeper than the last, a pain born from the silence she carried. Her heartbreak made no sound, yet it echoed through the forest like a fading prayer. She watched Narcissus fall into his own reflection, a love she could never save nor claim. With every unanswered call, her voice faded, until only a whisper remained. Her body vanished, but her sound endured, a voice without form, carried by the wind. Her final whisper became eternal, a fragment of her soul woven into the world. The forest grew silent without her, a void where her voice once danced among the trees. Yet traces of her lingered in every valley, a memory carried by stone and wind. Her voice became a symbol of longing, a reminder that even silence can speak. And so the myth was born, a story carried forever by the echoes of the world. From the trembling air around her, life began to bloom. Roots of destiny reached toward the light, and Daphne emerged, the spirit of nature reborn. In the sacred grove where the river breathed, Daphne was born of pure nature, a nymph whose spirit flowed with the freedom of the forest. She chose freedom over glory, a heart untouched by the desires of gods and men. Her heart refused to be claimed, a soul guided only by the wind and the whisper of leaves. The forest rose to protect her, every tree standing as a guardian of her freedom. Apollo's gaze fell upon her like a burning sun, a desire that destiny had never meant for her. He desired her with divine intensity, but she belonged only to the wild freedom of the earth. Daphne ran from the fate he tried to impose, her steps echoing the heartbeat of a world that refused to yield. The forest sensed the danger and trembled, branches bending to shield her from the god who pursued her. She ran through the sacred forest, breathless, her destiny chasing her as fiercely as Apollo himself. Apollo was closing in, his divine steps shaking the earth behind her. The forest tried to protect her one last time, roots rising like hands begging the gods to intervene. She sprinted toward the river in desperation, her final hope carried by the breath of the wind. At the riverbank, she cried out for salvation, her voice rising above the roar of fate. Her plea reached the gods like a trembling prayer, a call for freedom stronger than divine desire. Her transformation began with a single breath, her body becoming the very essence of nature. And so the laurel tree was born, a symbol of purity, freedom, and eternal defiance. As the forest's breath faded into silence, the waters began to rise. A tide shaped by ancient grace moved through the world, and Thetis emerged, the eternal spirit of the sea. From the depths of the ancient sea, Thetis rose in shimmering light, a goddess born from the eternal breath of the ocean. She reigned among the Nereids with grace unmatched, a queen whose presence shaped the tides themselves, A prophetic glow lived within her, a light that whispered of destinies yet to unfold. The sea answered her command with reverence, its waves rising like loyal guardians around their goddess. A whispered prophecy flowed through the currents, a truth carried by the ocean's eternal memory. The gods trembled when they heard the truth, a destiny powerful enough to reshape Olympus, a child greater than the gods themselves, a future that even Zeus feared to confront. Thetis carried destiny within her hands, a divine force capable of altering the fate of empires. The gods gathered to decide her fate, a choice that would echo through centuries. She learned her fate with silent resolve, a goddess bound to a prophecy she could not escape. Peleus, the mortal chosen by the gods, a man destined to stand beside a goddess of the sea. A marriage no goddess could refuse, a union forged by prophecy, not desire. On the night the prophecy awakened, the sea held its breath. A divine future stirred beneath the waves. A child of destiny was born, a son whose name would shake the foundations of legend. Thetis protected her son with divine devotion, a mother's love stronger than the will of gods. Achilles, future hero of legend, a destiny born from the sea and carried into eternity. A violet mist drifted across the horizon, a breath of magic suspended between worlds, whispering that the myth was only beginning. In the heart of an ancient forest, silence reigned. Every tree stood like a guardian of forgotten worlds, and the air shimmered with the memory of old gods. Beneath the veil of night, the ocean stirred. Waves rose like ancient spirits awakening from their slumber, carrying the promise of a destiny shaped by the depths. A golden light descended from the heavens, soft, radiant, and filled with ancient grace. It touched the world like a blessing, a reminder that the myth was alive. A cosmic blue sky unfolded above the world, vast, silent, and filled with ancient constellations. It felt like a gateway, a reminder that destiny was written in the stars. A radiant glow spread across the ocean's surface. Light danced on the waves like whispers from ancient gods, revealing a world where myth and reality were one. Across the horizon, ancient mountains rose in shades of deep blue, silent, colossal, shaped by the hands of forgotten gods. They stood as eternal witnesses, guardians of every myth ever told. A white celestial vault opened above the world, soft, weightless, untouched by time. It felt like the breath of creation, a moment where everything stood still. A final light rose across the world, soft, eternal, carrying the echo of every goddess who had appeared. And in that glow, the myth continued, forever alive. The myth continues,